Hey guys, what's up? It's my Uncle Zunky. So, in this video what I'm doing is some solo corp. I'm actually not making a guide or anything for some reason. That's usually what I do on this channel. But in this video I just wanted to kind of mess around and experiment a bit with the Ascension crossbows. Since I have figured out that Ascension crossbows aren't necessarily the greatest for Slayer. They're okay for a couple tasks, but for most tasks they're not very useful. I kind of using them at some different places. I'll have another video tomorrow where I used Ascension crossbows at Fight Cauldron for an hour and basically saw how good they were there. But I'm just experimenting with some different situations where you can use these crossbows and see if there's any very good uses for them. So solo corp is one thing that I wanted to try just because some people in the friends chat were asking for a corp guide. I'm not going to be making a corp guide because, to be completely honest, I really suck at it. I did 5 kills. I recorded 4 of them. Out of those 5 kills, I failed 1 kill, and I got 4 kills. I did not record the first kill because the first kill was just kind of experimenting to see if Ascension crossbows would even be a viable option at Corp at all. But I think I may have just stumbled upon the best way to kill Corp. Possibly. I don't know for a fact, because I can't melee Corp solo. I'm not very good at it. I tried a couple melee kills. All of them I got Corp to like almost dead, and then I ran out of food and had to telly, so out of 3 melee solo attempts, I failed all of them. I'm not ashamed to admit that. I'm not the best at PVM or anything like that. But one thing I can say that Ascension crossbows, they actually are roughly, maybe not quite as fast as Zamrakian Spear, with like Torva and Overlords and everything, but pretty darn close, because I was talking to someone who has done quite a bit of solo corp, and they're like, yeah, the average melee kill is about 4 minutes, and 4 minutes is what I was getting too. And they were in Torva as well, and I was just in Death Lotus, so I was not in DPS gear, and I still was getting about 4-minute kills, so I don't think that's too bad. My fastest kill was 3 minutes and 48 seconds, and my slowest kill was like 4 minutes and 22 seconds. So yeah, right around 4-minute kills for solo corp. Basically the general strategy here is to get up to your maximum adrenaline as fast as possible, and then use Death Swiftness, and then just own him. And you can use Death Swiftness again later in the kill. You basically get 2 ultimates, well, 3 ultimates the entire kill, but 2 ultimates like after the core comes out usually, because I do use Ring of Vigor, so that saves 10% adrenaline after you use an ultimate, which is pretty handy here. So for my 2 ultimates I use Guthix's Blessing and Death Swiftness, and you just kind of have to juggle around, run around the Death Swiftness circle with the core chasing you, which can be a little bit hairy, as you can see here from this kill. That was close. That wasn't even my closest kill, by the way, but that one was close. But this was my closest kill here, the closest I came to failing without actually failing. So it can be a bit tricky just to run around the Death Swiftness circle with the core chasing you, but it is doable. I messed up a few times and got hit by the core a little bit, but oh well, what can you do? Another thing you might notice is I am using sharks. And that's because you don't need Rocktails to solo Corp. Well, because you're just a complete tank in Death Lotus. Like, his magic splashes a lot on you. Although when it does hit, it hits 1,000 to 2,000 every single time. So that's a bit frustrating. But still, yeah, so for melee solo, you do need, like, Rocktails or possibly even Rocktail Soups if you aren't the greatest. But for the range solo, of course you can't do this with like anything less than Ascension crossbows, and I realize not a whole lot of people have them, but for the range solo you can just use sharks and get away with using that, so it's nice for cheap people like me. I know I have a lot of money and I can definitely easily afford Rocktails, but I just prefer using sharks. I don't know why. I think Rocktails are like 3.5k and sharks are like 2k, so saves a little bit of money. But yeah, if you did this with Rocktails, you'd get a kill every time, no problem. With sharks, sometimes it gets a bit close, but Rocktails are quite a lot more healing, so it would definitely be a lot easier with Rocktails. Man, if familiars were allowed in here, solo corp would be probably one of the easiest bosses, but yeah, you can't bring familiars in. I thought it was kind of funny how this boss was released right after summoning, and then Jagex was like, oh yeah, you can't use familiars here. We're releasing this new skill, but you can't use the new skill at the new boss. That was a bit weird. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoy, and farewell.